Okay, so my name is Julie Danberg, and this is my results of my needs assessment. What I covered had to do with ADHD, kids with ADHD, and some of the concerns within the school that teachers are seeing, that it just doesn't seem to be enough training in the schools to better assist these students. My PowerPoint here going. So part of the purpose of the assessment was, again, going back to teachers who need more training and support in the classrooms for students with ADHD diagnosis. So the process that I chose was initially going to do a year survey, but I opted to go ahead and do face-to-face interviews, which turned out to be a lot more time consuming because of tracking people down, but I do feel that probably was the most effective way. So I interviewed a total of 12 adults, and that was then divided into 10 educators, teachers, principals, and those 2 aides, excuse me, and then 2 parents. I did set up interviews with 2 other parents, but our schedules just didn't work. So my questions were working with students with exhibit ADHD, where do you believe the majority of the support comes from in your school or district? I found in interviewing that overwhelmingly the support based on the answers was from classroom teachers, and occasionally the school has a counselor or a school counselor that supports students with ADHD. And then my second question was, how could your school better support you with students who struggle with ADHD? Looking at the amount of students in the classroom each year with specific focus of students with ADHD and allow for more activities during the school classroom instruction. So basically looking at the amount of students that would quite possibly have 504s, and then assessing like the teacher aid need, and then that would give teachers more availability for the students to have more activities maybe outside of the classroom, like running in place and things like that. The number 3 was, if your school or district allowed you to choose professional development topics to teachers, what would consider to be the top 3 topics you would choose? This was a little surprising because the top 3 topics we chose for professional development really had nothing to do with the ADHD interventions, but the first priority was to be conducted by professionals with classroom experience, and professional development innovative and creative, and practical, and practical classroom, not theoretical. So nothing really corresponding to what clearly I was looking for. Number 4 had to do with what are the educational rights of students with the diagnosis of ADHD, and they have the same rights as any other student except students who have individual education plans, IEPs, which that's not necessarily true because a student with the 504, there are specific legalities that go along with it. That doesn't fall under IDEA, but there are other criteria that some of the teachers would not really privy to. So in number 5, how much instruction time do you feel during a normal day you lose addressing behavioral issues? Types of behavioral issues are not ADHD, and they said it varies. An average 2 posts an hour, though, would be the best way that they could assess it. Can be more, though, after long weekends, holidays, and summer. So that's something that needs to be looked at. Then number 6, if your student child has a 504 combination plan, whether some of the combinations you feel must be added to their plan. Parents were more heavier on this, more testing based on verbal knowledge versus written tests. Teachers really didn't expand much on that question. It was heavier data came from the parents, which I wish I had more parents that so, and then number 7 is, do you think students who have medical diagnosis of ADHD should be given differential instruction? Clearly, that's going to be more for the teacher response. All teachers said they already do make accommodations in the classroom and use differentiated instruction. Both parents said they wanted to see more academic accommodations made for their child, and both parents stressed homework was a huge concern, given it's about a school night to get done. And then my last question, number 8, is could more activity in the classroom be an intervention for a child with ADHD? Why or why not? So teachers stated this would be a great idea, although there is not enough support to allow students to run around. They would need additional support. Teacher aid. Parents felt it was a great idea. So those are my results from the face-to-face testing that I conducted. And then recommendations or plans of action for intervention to address issues discovered during the needs assessment. The plan of action discovered to address some of the issues would be more training. Again, that was discussed, but that was not a priority, although teachers did not specifically point this out in professional development option. More than 50% concurred training during professional development days would be preventative measure. In addition, if a classroom exceeds more than 5 students in the class who have actual ADHD diagnosis and a 504 combination plan, the school needs to look at a teacher's aid. So that was something that was fairly common. So I would be sharing the findings clearly with the individuals that I interviewed. I'm hoping that I will have an opportunity to share this with some of the school districts in the area as well. And I would also like to introduce my findings to some future meetings. So in my reflection, thinking critically, what were the key factors that made my needs assessments successful and effective. The critical need for teachers and parents to be heard on the topic of ADHD. I could just, after I talked to them and saw them, talking about these very questions, they were almost relieved to be able to talk to somebody about it. In addition, to be heard in light of their maybe assistance for these students in the classroom, so possibly in the future something. What key factors hinder the effectiveness of your needs assessment? The factors hindering were the effectiveness resources to assist the students with ADHD. It was hard to, it was almost, money wasn't there, so it was tough at this point. Hopefully that's not how it's always going to be. And what steps could be taken in the future to address these hindrances? And I have working with a school district that already has money put aside for students with the medical disability. I felt like because my topic was not monetarily relevant, there was not as much buy-in from the teachers. And then the experience was very educational. It was eye-opening. What was learned from this experience is that you do need the resources with students who have ADHD, although the priority with teachers doesn't seem to be as urgent as I expected or as expected. The two parents interviewed expressed more of an urgency with accommodations for their children. Parents expressed concerns of their children falling further behind. The community embraces change and focus with students who have ADHD. They feel programs that cost money may be the answer. So that was primarily my presentation. I've learned a lot from this, and I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up. Thank you.